Hey.
Welcome in Guten. It's your latest edition of the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and beyond. Last week we left you in Saudi Arabia, and this week the President continued his travels abroad. In London, he met with the Queen, the Prime Minister,
Good afternoon and welcome.
the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and actors bringing Shakespeare to life. In Germany, he witnessed innovation and technology hard at work at the Hannover Messe Trade Fair. And back in Washington, the President hosted the U.S. Naval Academy football team. That's April 22nd to April 28th, or let's have a conversation.
With that, let's have a conversation.
On Friday, the President and First Lady headed to Windsor Castle to wish Queen Elizabeth a happy 90th birthday. That afternoon at number 10 Downing Street, the President attended a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister David Cameron. Following the meeting, the two leaders hosted a joint news conference where they discussed our special relationship. To conclude Friday in London, the President and First Lady joined the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge at Kensington Palace and got to meet 2-year-old Prince George. Saturday marked the 400th anniversary of William Shakespeare's death, and the President took the stage of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. He was treated to a medley of scenes from Hamlet performed by a company of actors who just returned from performing the show in 197 countries. That afternoon, the President held a town hall with some young British leaders and took questions from the crowd. To conclude the day in London, the President sat down for an interview with the BBC. On Sunday, the President departed the UK en route to the third and final leg of his journey. The President landed in Hannover, Germany, and hit the ground running with an arrival ceremony, a bilateral meeting, and a news conference with Chancellor Merkel. The two leaders addressed strategies to fight terrorism and strengthen the economies of our two nations. Then, along with Chancellor Merkel, the President attended the opening session of the Hannover Messe trade show.
Welcome to Hannover Messe 2016.
As you look around the globe and try to decide where to invest, where to set up shop, I urge you to select the United States of America. Select USA.
The next day, the President headed to the floor of the trade show to check out booths from a variety of American and German companies. He got to see innovations in products like electric car chargers, 3D printers, virtual reality goggles, and he met a robot that could shoot hoops. Later, the President addressed the people of Europe in a speech at Hannover Messe Building 35.
I know that some will call it blind hope when I say that I am confident that the forces that bind Europe together are ultimately much stronger than those trying to pull you apart.
The President then did an interview with Charlie Rose, discussing a variety of foreign policy topics, including the conflict in Syria and challenges in Asia. The President wrapped up the day and the visit to Germany with a quint, a meeting with 5 countries' leaders. The leaders discussed the important role a unified, democratic Europe plays in ensuring global peace and stability. On Wednesday, back in the United States, the President welcomed the U.S. Naval Academy football team to the White House to present them with the Commander-in-Chief Trophy. These young servicemen had the best record of the Service Academy football teams. On Thursday morning, Vice President Biden made a surprise visit to Iraq to meet with Prime Minister Abadi. Their meeting focused on the anti-corruption reforms and fight against ISIL that Prime Minister Abadi has prioritized with critical American support.
Good afternoon, everybody.
On Thursday afternoon in the briefing room, reporters from colleges across the country replaced the usual White House press corps. I fielded questions from the student journalists, and to their surprise, so did the President. So stay engaged with us online, and remember, you can find out more information about any of these topics and see complete videos at whitehouse.gov. Thanks so much for checking out this edition of your West Wing Week.
Oh, look at this ring. Which defensive end belongs in?